Yeah. This silver band hasn't moved since midnight. It sits beside my half-drained cup of dark rose, catching cold neon from the boulevard below. I keep reaching out my hand and pulling back my thumb, wondering when your touch stopped feeling like home. It became a debt I couldn't pay, a habit I couldn't break. My screen lights up with late notifications, but your name never shows up anymore. I talk to myself in the quiet space where your voice used to settle in my chest. I built a fortress out of pride and heavy silence. Told myself that losing you was just the price of growing older. Now the shadow on the leather couch takes the shape of you, and every breath I draw in this room feels a little bit colder. We were fire in the paper house, burning down the walls we built to keep us safe. Now I'm sitting in the ashes, holding small things you left behind, calling it a clean slate. I swore I needed my freedom, but freedom just feels like winter without a coat. I'm trapped inside my head with every single word I never spoke. Yeah. Memory acts like a tenant that refuses to leave my mind. I scrub the kitchen counter where you dropped your keys on that last rainy Thursday. I traced the small scratch on the wood, remembering how we argued over nothing just to feel something real. My boys tell me to hit the night spots, find somebody new to blur out the edges, but every face under those strobe lights just looks like a cheap copy of what we ruined. I built a fortress out of pride and heavy silence. Told myself that losing you was just the price of growing older. Now the shadow on the leather couch takes the shape of you, and every breath I draw in this room feels a little bit colder. We were fire in a paper house, burning down the walls we built to keep us safe. Now I'm sitting in the ashes, holding small things you left behind, calling it a clean slate. I swore I needed my freedom, but freedom just feels like winter without a coat. I'm trapped inside my head with every single word I never spoke. Maybe I was too stubborn to admit I was sinking below the surface. Maybe you were too exhausted to keep holding my wrist while I drifted away. The quiet in this hallway echoes louder than any crowd I ever stood in front of. No matter how many verses I craft, I can't rewrite the second I walked out that door. The silver ring stays resting on the glass. The apartment stays dark and still. I switch off the last desk lamp, but the memory stays awake. Just me, this heavy quiet, and the mess I had to make. Tarsus against the wet pavement below your window. You just sit there staring at your phone screen glow. I brought 2 paper cups from the spot around the block. You haven't said a single word since 12 o'clock. She packed her bags while you were working the late shift, left a spare house key resting on the glass shelf. I know that chest pain feels like heavy stone. You do not gotta carry all of this alone. Put down your jacket, let the night run deep. We can sit right here until you fall asleep. So leave the keys on the table tonight. Stop checking if a blue dot turns to white. You gave her every piece of soul you had to give. Now you gotta learn a different way to live. I am standing right beside you through the cold. You do not gotta do the story uncontrolled. Remember back in 2022 when you met, you called me saying she was the best she could get. Now you were counting every promise that she broke, watching 4 whole years dissolve like street smoke. I know your pride is hurting more than your heart, thinking you were meant to play the hero part. I know that chest pain feels like heavy stone. You do not gotta carry all of this alone.
Put down your jacket, let the night run deep. We can sit right here until you fall asleep.
So leave the keys on the
Table tonight, stop jacking if her blue dot turns to white. You gave her every piece of soul you had to give. Now you gotta learn a different way to live. I am standing right beside you through the cold. You do not gotta do the story uncontrolled.
Strong men fall down, that is just how we grow. You do not have to put on any kind of show. Wipe your face, let the heavy tears drop. When the morning comes, the bleeding won't stop.
Street lights are flickering outside the room. We can stay right here until we beat the gloom.
Leave the keys on the table, let it go.
Take it slow, my brother, take it slow.
Burnt vanilla drifted through the quiet living room, mixing with the charcoal smoke of late July. Marcus sat beside the window watching neon blooms. My eye traced a circle where the candle turned to dye.
Neither spoke a word about the suitcase by the hall. Two shadows stretched across the peeling painted wall.
5 years folded in a velvet box. Now they listen to the ticking clocks. He wants to reach out but his fingers freeze. She turns her eyes away to pull her knees.
Love doesn't shatter with the heavy crash. It turns to ember and it turns to ash. They build a fortress, then they watch it fade, counting up every single promise made. Now they are strangers in a room they built, drowning in silent tears and heavy guilt.
She pulls her leather jacket tightly round her chest. His sweater still retains a trace of her cologne. They thought that fighting for each other was the best, until the quiet proved they felt more alone.
He drops his keys into his pocket with a sigh. She taps her foot and swallows back a third goodbye.
5 years folded in a velvet box. Now they listen to the ticking clocks. He wants to reach out but his fingers freeze. She turns her eyes away to pull her knees.
Love doesn't shatter with the heavy crash. It turns to ember and it turns to ash. They build a fortress, then they watch it fade, counting up every single promise made. Now they are strangers in a room they built, drowning in silent tears and heavy guilt. He remembers summer nights in 2022, laughter spilling out into the midnight rain. She remembers promises he swore were always true, before the sweetness turned into a subtle pain. Now the scent of sweet perfume is all that stays, lingering inside the empty hallway maze.
She walks out into the cool midnight street. He hears the rhythm of her stepping feet. The scent of vanilla slowly drifts away. Nothing left for either one to say. Silence held the hallway still until the sudden memory of your laughter broke through the quiet dark. The single lamp flickers once, casting warm amber hues across the hardwood floor.
I stand beside the open terrace door, watching cold rain slick the street below. That single thought unspools a reel of scenes I swore I wouldn't watch tonight.
You were leaning against the kitchen wall in my oversized sweatshirt slowly fading out.
Lens flares in the rearview, streetlights pulsing slow. Every frame is painted in a deep indigo glow. We were living in a motion picture framed in glass. Now I'm stuck here watching reruns of a love that couldn't last. Static fills the screen between our shadows on the wall. I watch the raindrops fall in slow motion as the curtain starts to fall. We had the perfect wide angle view before the colors turned to gray. Just two silhouettes, strangers watching passion drift away.
The camera zooms into the counter where two unwashed glasses sit. Your phantom portrait lingers on the sofa where the blue TV light hits. Neon signs outside reflect off wet asphalt like spilled water. Color paint, I replay the exact second your finger slipped from mine beneath the yellow street light. There were no raised voices,
just a quiet cut to black in an empty room. Lens flares in the rearview, streetlights pulsing slow. Every frame is painted in a deep indigo glow. We were living in a motion picture framed in glass. Now I'm stuck here watching reruns of a love that couldn't last. Static fills the screen between our shadows on the wall. I watch the raindrops fall in slow motion as the curtain starts to fall. We had the perfect wide angle view before the colors turned to gray. Just two silhouettes, strangers watching passion drift away.
Freeze frame on the front door, clicking shut.
No background score,
Just the heavy bass of my own heavy chest.
I rewind the tape back to the summer haze where we began.
Searching for the exact scene where we slipped right through my hands.
Fade out on the projector light. The room grows cold and still once more.
Dust motes drifting through the
Lingering blue beam,
the credits roll.
and the screen goes dark. Where does the signal disappear when you stop typing? I watch three dots flicker and die out. Blue light on the ceiling, ceiling looks like salt.
I brought home 2 takeout boxes. Forgot you moved back west. Salt on my fingers, salt in my chest. We spent $400 on a carpet we hated. You said red was too loud. I said quiet was overrated. Now the floor is just wood.
Just cold oak and an empty plug where the lamp used to sit.
My brain keeps looping back
To March rain on the hood of the Honda windshield blurred. You asked if I love the person or love the habit. I still do not know the difference. Who left the screen blinking all night? I'm speaking to a ghost in a blue tinted room. We built an empire out of late night text messages. Now I reread the archives like ancient script. You took the dog, you left the charger, and I cannot figure out which one hurts more.
I walked past the coffee place on 4th. They changed the barista, changed the roast. My thumb automatically scrolled to your contact details. Did you block me or did you just change your number? Doesn't matter when the silence sounds exactly identical. I got your sweater in the laundry basket. It smells like lavender and old Tide Pods. I should wash it, I should burn it, I should throw it in the river. Instead I fold it 3 times and put it behind my books.
Gas station water, midnight. Phillips, your laughter sounding through the phone speaker. Then nothing, just a dial tone that cuts off before it even starts. Are you sleeping? Are you out in Brooklyn? Is somebody else listening to that playlist I made you? The one with the bass turned all the way up. Where does the signal go? No answer on the line. Just my own pulse in my ears. Screen goes dark, blue turns to black. I leave the phone on the floor.
The wooden legs press deep into the rug as I sit down heavy. There's 19 years of dust settling in my chest.
at your phone like it holds the cure. You think she is the only girl who will ever make you rest.
I am writing from the future that you are terrified to see. You are sitting on the edge of that exact same seat,
Listening to her coat slide off her shoulders, thinking love gets warmer as the room gets colder.
You are gonna beg her not to walk away. You are gonna promise things you
Cannot pay.
put down the pen, stop writing out that speech.
She is already somewhere far beyond your reach.
Dear younger me, let her turn the key. Stop bleeding out for someone who just wants to be free.
I know it feels like gravity is breaking down today, but you survive the storm you think will carry you away.
Save your breath, kid, save your tears.
I am the man you become after all these years.
Look at your knuckles turning white against the wood. You think if you fight harder it will all end up good. I remember how you did not sleep for 3 whole weeks, replaying every single word she never speaks. You thought you broke the best thing you would ever hold. Truth is you both were young and growing cold. So stop checking if a light is on upstairs. She's already moving on without a care.
You are gonna beg her not to walk away. You are gonna promise things you cannot pay.
Put down the pen,
Stop writing out that speech.
she is already somewhere far
Beyond your reach.
Dear younger me, let her turn the key. Stop bleeding out for someone who just wants to be free.
I know it feels like gravity is breaking down today, but you survive the storm you think will carry you away.
Save your breath, kid, save your tears.
I am the man you become after all these years.
This chair bears the weight of every wrong move we made. All the midnight calls,
Where our dignity decay.
it takes a lot of burning just to build a fire.
It takes a lot of losing just to tame desire.
You think you are losing,
Everything tonight,
but I promise you,
you are stepping into light.
dear younger me, let her turn the key. Stop bleeding out for someone who just wants to be free.
I know it feels like gravity is breaking down today, but you survive the storm you think will carry you away.
Save your breath, kid, save your tears.
I am the man you become after all these years. Stand up from the chair now, let the apartment go quiet. You are gonna be fine. You are gonna be just fine.
Shine sodium lamps spill across our booth. Tent in the cracked vinyl in a cold blue hue. You sit across the aisle nursing black coffee, watching me stare at a screen that won't ring.
I ask if you mind if I sit a little closer. You say you have nowhere else to be tonight anyway. I tell you she packed her bags at 7, and by 8 hours driving without a destination.
You slide the sugar dispenser across the formica table. You say love leaves a mark like grease on glass. I laugh
Because it hurts to admit you're right. A complete unknown pointing out my scar.
so talk to
Me like you know my damage. Past the napkin, tell me how you survived it. We are two ghosts running on cheap caffeine, talking about people who don't care where we sleep.
She gave up on me,
You gave up on him,
and the cyan light keeps
washing over our skin.
You show me a photo on a cracked phone screen. That guy in Chicago who stopped calling last year. I tell you about the apartment key sitting on the counter, and how the silence sounded louder than the door slamming. You take a sip and lean back against the vinyl seat. You say the worst part isn't the anger, it's the quiet. I nod because nobody else understood that all week. Two strangers piecing together the broken map of staying.
Slide the sugar dispenser across the formica table. You say love leaves a mark like grease on glass. I laugh because it hurts to admit you're right. A complete unknown pointing out my scar.
So talk to
Me like you know my damage. waves washing over our skin.
When the clock behind the register hits 4,
We run out of stories to
trade across the table.
You pay for your cup, I cover the rest. No names exchanged, no numbers written down. Just a quiet agreement that we held each other up for 60 minutes in the middle of a breakdown.
The silent light
Fades into gray street fog. You walk left, I walk right into the cold.
Thanks for listening to a heart that wasn't yours.
Thanks for telling me it eventually heals. You told me yesterday that late July feels heavier than June. The kitchen tap still drips once every 7 seconds now. Your green wool sweater hangs against the back of the closet door. 2 mismatched socks that folded inside the bottom drawer. A mug with a chip handle holds a cold forgotten tea bag. The bathroom mirror tilts 2 inches lower on the right. None of these details carry weight when taken on their own. Just tiny fragments lying scattered on the hardwood floor. I catalog the evidence left in this quiet space, trying to trace the exact moment you gave up your place. It is the small observations that end up cutting deep. The paper receipt from the corner bodega tucked in my coat. The spare helmet sitting unused beside the radiator. You said yesterday that we were slowly running out of room. Now I am left measuring the width of an empty home.
A faint circular mark remains where your water glass stood. The network password written in your rounded script. On the wall, your wooden hairbrush rests beside 3 unlit scented candles. A blue bookmark stays fixed on page 42 of your book. The front door creaks whenever the night wind shifts toward the north. I have not touched the chair you pulled right up to the ledge.
Yesterday you called the shift a soft and natural end. No dramatic shouting matches or broken picture frames. So why does every minor object carry so much mass? The half-empty bottle of almond milk expiring tomorrow. The extra house key sitting quiet in the ceramic tray. It is the small observations that end up cutting deep. The paper receipt from the corner bodega tucked in my coat. The spare helmet sitting unused beside the radiator. You said yesterday that we were slowly running out of room. Now I am left measuring the width of an empty home. Yesterday you spoke about tomorrow like a fading song. Tonight I count the thin metal hooks inside the closet. 7 wire hangers swinging with nothing left to hold. One small bedroom growing cold.
Chorus waffle knit catches on my fingertips, dragging down the sleeve you used to borrow.
The heavy weave holds the shape of your shoulders.
Before we spend our savings on tomorrow, I pulled the cuff and watched the cotton stretch. Right back to October in the kitchen. You were laughing while the kettle whistled loud. Ignore the clock and fix the broken stitching.
Now the thread is coming loose inside my hand. Every fiber pulls me back to where we sat. We were writing promises on paper cups. Never thought we'd end up talking just like that.
I'm stuck inside the fabric of
A ghost town, holding on the threads that start to unravel.
every single stitch.
Brings a memory back. Every mile of distance that we had to travel.
You left your shadow hanging on the back door.
Washed out indigo, fading into gray.
I touched the hem and I am standing right there.
watching you turn around and walk away.
Rough, then I'm rubbing on the passenger seat. I remember how you used to rest your knee. Traffic out and on the highway going south. You were quietly adjusting the AC. You had that oversized flannel on your back, softened up by 50 trips through the wash. We talked about moving past the city lines, measuring the future by the time we lost.
Material holds what the mind tries to clear, trapped in the heat from a forgotten year. I pressed the collar close against my face, looking for a sign you were ever really here. No perfume left, just the weight of the wheel, the stubborn truth of how you had to leave.
I'm stuck inside the fabric of a ghost town,
holding on to threads that start to unravel.
every single stitch
Brings a memory back, every mile of distance that we had to travel. You left your shadow hanging on the back door, watched out indigo fading into gray. I touched the hem and I am standing right there, watching you turn around and walk away.
just course,
Cotton under my thumb,
just a loose
thread where the feelings run,
I let it go, but
but the pattern stays, fraying at the seams through the autumn days, fraying at the seams. Washed out indigo.
dun, dun. 314 blinks on the microwave display in some high-rise apartment I haven't rented yet. I'll be sitting on a couch I haven't bought today, pouring black coffee, trying to forget. I glance at my wrist around 4 o'clock, wondering if your new city is cold this time of year. Will you still leave your key inside the fake rock? Or will another man be standing here? Time keeps rolling like a slow midnight train, and I know we are heading for different tracks. I can already see the future through the rain when there is no turning back. If I run into you at the station 5 years down the line, I'll probably just smile and say that I'm doing fine. I'll ask about your sister and your new career, act like I don't remember every single tear. We'll trade 2 minutes of polite small talk and turn around and slowly walk into the lives we built without each other. 7:15 on a future Tuesday night, I'll be driving past the diner where we used to fight. Your shadow won't be sitting in my passenger seat, just my jacket and a stranger song on repeat. You'll have a ring or a life, I don't know. I'll have a dog and some places to go, and neither of us will bring up the past or how we swore that what we had would last. Time keeps rolling like a slow midnight train, and I know we are heading for different tracks. I can already see the future through the rain when there is no turning back. If I run into you at the station 5 years down the line, I'll probably just smile and say that I'm doing fine. I'll ask about your sister and your new career, act like I don't remember every single tear. We'll trade 2 minutes of polite small talk and turn around and slowly walk into the lives we built without each other. I can play the whole movie inside my head, every word left unspoken, every word we said. It hurts right now while the ink is still wet, but the future holds a scene we haven't written yet. Still I wonder if you'll glance at the clock too and imagine me the way I imagine you. 314 blinks on that future wall, no incoming message, no late night call, just 2 strangers who used to know everything, just the quiet that the distance brings. 5 years down the line, we will both be fine, stepping off different trains. Where one go, who catches the lamplight, resting right beside my car keys. You packed your bags while I stared at my phone, acting like I didn't care if you'd leave. Now the quiet is louder than your voice was when you slammed the front door in the hall. I keep staring at that little piece of metal, wondering who's gonna make the first call. I told myself I needed space to breathe. Now I got all the room in the world and I'm freezing. Pride kept my mouth shut when you were walking out. Now every breath I take is giving me a reason. We forgot how to talk without hurting each other. We traded late nights for cold, distant covers. I wanted to win every argument we had. Now I got the victory and everything is bad. I'm sitting here alone with your hope on the wood, wishing I could change it like a real man should. I pick it up and roll it between my fingers. Smooth, polished brass, holding memories of us. You wore it on the night we drove down to the coast, back when we still had a little bit of trust. I almost dialed your number 3 times tonight, deleted every message before it could send. I know you're at your sister's couch on the west side, thinking about how quickly we reached the end. We forgot how to talk without hurting each other. We traded late nights for cold, distant covers. I wanted to win every argument we had. Now I got the victory and everything is bad. I'm sitting here alone with your hope on the wood, wishing I could change it like a real man should. It's funny how a tiny thing can weigh 100 pounds, yeah. Holding down the tabletop while my house falls down, yeah. I was too stubborn to say stay. I let my ego get right in the way. Now the silence is heavy and the lights are low, and I got nowhere left to go. Just one gold hoop on the mahogany table. I'd bring you back tomorrow if I was able. I slide it in my pocket, turn off the light. It's another cold night, just me and your shadow. A muffled subwoofer rattles the window pane from some late night cruiser down on 8th Avenue. You sit on the edge of the unmade couch, holding an empty mug like it still has warmth inside. I watched you build 3 years around her voice. Now the apartment sounds too big for one pair of steps. You keep staring at that quiet phone screen, waiting for a sentence that will fix the silence. I know you wanna call her back tonight, ask her where the blueprint went wrong. Ooh, but brother, look at how your hands shake, trying to hold on to someone already gone. Let the apartment stay dark for a minute. You don't have to act like you're doing fine. She took her vintage records in the hallway rug, left you with a memory that steals your time. I am sitting right here on the carpet with you. We can let the whole world spin outside. Love breaks the strongest man in the room, so just let it break. Don't hide. I remember when you bought that silver ring, hiding it inside my coat pocket for a week. You were talking about forever like a simple plan. Now you can barely find the words to speak. You sacrificed your pride to keep the peace. Apologize for storms you didn't even make. A real bond shouldn't feel like survival, or a constant gamble on how much you can take. I know you wanna call her back tonight, America where the blueprint went wrong. Ooh, but brother, look at how your hands shake, trying to hold on to someone already gone. Let the apartment stay dark for a minute. You don't have to act like you're doing fine. She took her vintage records in the hallway rug, left you with the memory that steals your time. I am sitting right here on the carpet with you. We can let the whole world spin outside. Love breaks the strongest man in the room, so just let it break. Don't hide. Tomorrow we can clear out the cardboard boxes. Tomorrow we can order something hot to eat. Right now you just bleed. If you need to bleed, you gave her everything you had in your chest. And if that wasn't enough, then it wasn't meant to be. Another baseline passes down the street below. The city keeps moving like nothing happened here. Put the phone down, man, I'm right here. We'll get through the night. Sweet cocoa butter hangs thick in the stairwell draft. A faint reminder of the time she used to laugh. He turns a heavy deadbolt with a slow wrist turn, watching the lavender incense on the counter burn. She sits on the edge of the memory foam, folding up the hoodies that used to make it home. Neither one is shouting, neither makes a sound. Just two 20-somethings watching empire break down. 3 years of history packed in cardboard squares. He walks past the mirror like he isn't even there. She checks a black screen, pretending it's a call, tracing tiny cracks in the faded plaster wall. Now the space between their shoulders feels 100 miles wide, holding back the quiet tears they used to keep inside. Love don't always end with a scream or a crash. Sometimes it just burns down to quiet gray ash. He grabs his padded bomber, she zips a leather bag, leaving all the promises that started lag. He remembers late nights on the Fulton Street train, sharing one umbrella in the cool autumn rain. She remembers how we used to hum the bass line low before the double shifts forced the eggs in my seat to go. Now he checks the hallway while she ties her shoe. Two adults in the city with nothing left to prove. He wants to say stay, but his pride holds tight, so they trade polite nods in the dim yellow light. The ride share idles at the curb by the gate, both of them knowing that it's far too late. She sets her brass key on the marble tile, gives him one final half-hearted smile. He watches red tail lights fade into the mist, crosses off the future that will no longer exist. Just cocoa butter drifting in the vacant hallway air, a pair of worn-out slippers by the kitchen chair. He locks the heavy deadbolt and turns off the light. When the lease runs out, nobody wins the fight. A sharp thought cuts clean through the quiet room. The projector hums, spinning shadows against the plaster wall. You sit on the edge of the velvet couch, zipper drawn tight. A single beat of rain slides down the double pane glass outside. Neither of us speaks as the screen fades to deep blue. The 88 keys loops off from the bedroom speaker. Street lamps throw long amber bars across the hardwood floor. Your fingers pause over the silver ring on the nightstand. A heavy breath lingers right before the lights go out, out, out. Roll the credits on a love that lost its focus. Freeze frame on your silhouette, leaning against the door frame. We shot a masterpiece inside this small apartment. Now the film's snapping right where the colors change. Tail lights paint the blinds inside in scarlet stripes. You pick up the spare key, leaving it centered on the glass table. The deadbolt slides home with a sound like a shutter closing down. Low sub bass vibrates through the floorboards, keeping time alone. Roll the credits on a love that lost its focus. Freeze frame on your silhouette, leaning against the door frame. We shot a masterpiece inside this small apartment. Now the film is snapping right where the color colors change. No, raised voices echoing down the long carpeted hallway. Just slow motion steps disappearing toward the street. The scent of cedar and musk left hanging in the doorway. I watch red brake lights flare beneath the corner lamp. Lens dust floating in the projector beam. The background loop quietly comes to an end. Unshot scenes piled on the cutting room floor. Nothing left here except the silent room. What happens to the warmth in this leather seat once you walk out? I sit there counting the blinks on my hazard lights while a low bass loop plays. Thinking about the way your ring sounded clinking against my steering wheel last Tuesday. My phone screen flashes a low battery warning, 10%, 5% dark. And I kinda like the black reflection because it stops me from typing messages you won't open. Did we actually fall out of love, or did we just run out of things to say while driving nowhere? My thumb traces the rim of a lukewarm drive-through cup, remembering how you always took 2 sips and handed it back to me. My knuckles turn pale against the leather, replaying every word you said, like background noise in a crowded lounge. Ooh, my mind keeps drifting back to the scent of cocoa butter on the seatbelt strap, trapped in a thought loop where every green light feels like a reason to stop. Stream of thoughts running straight through the dark night, trying to pinpoint where the turn went wrong. Was it the long silence at the diner, or the way you pulled your hand back slow? I'm lost in the echo of everything we never fixed. Just driving around this empty block till my gas tank hits red. Just me and the endless noise inside my head. Yeah, your leftover lip balm in the center console feels like an ancient relic. Now I pick it up, roll it between my fingers, feeling the smooth plastic case, and remembering how you used to tilt the air vents upward because your hands were always cold. Now my own hands feel frozen, holding the wheel. The cashier at the late window asked if I was having a good evening, and I just nodded. Funny how easily people accept a quick smile when the speaker is turned up loud enough to mask the silence. I passed the pharmacy where we bought cheap snacks at midnight, and my brain jumps to the sweater you left in my closet that I still haven't moved. Stream of thoughts running straight through the dark night, trying to pinpoint where the turn went wrong. Was it the long silence at the diner, or the way you pulled your hand back slow? I am lost in the echo of everything we never fixed. Just driving around this empty block till my gas tank hits red. Just me and the endless noise inside my head. Maybe you are asleep right now on the west side of the city, or maybe you are staring at your ceiling wondering if my car is still running, or maybe you already erased my number and cleared the chat history. The dash clock flips to 3:42, and I keep asking questions that don't carry any answers. Just a low hum of the exhaust pipe and rain starting to hit the glass. Where does the heat go when a room gets cold? Where do all those late night promises drift when the call drops? Just driving in slow circles, just me, the streetlights, and this giant open space you left behind. Heavy mahogany anchors me right here, holding every ounce of gravity you used to fear. Listen to me, kid, sitting in that dark dorm room, staring at a phone screen, waiting for a flower to bloom. She's gonna leave her keys on your glass desk, and you would think your whole chest is caving in a total wreck. Do not beg her to stay on the porch, light a step. Some doors are better locked before the damage gets kept. You think the world stops spinning when her shadow fades. You think you are dying in the mess you made, but I am sitting in the future future on this Hollywood frame. And I promise you one day you won't even flinch at her name. Put down the pen, stop writing her songs. Stop taking the blame for where she went wrong. It breaks you to pieces, but pieces rebuild. The void that she leaves is a room to be filled. I know how heavy that armchair feels tonight, but trust me, young man, you are gonna be alright. You are gonna drive 3 hours in the pouring rain just to hear her say she does not feel the same. Save your gas, brother, keep your pride instead. Stop replaying every word she never said. The hurt isn't forever, though it burns your throat. Reading every line of that final folded note. She loved you for a season, not the whole long ride. And you don't need to swallow with your soul inside. The world stops spinning when a shadow fades. You think you are dying in the mess you made, but I am sitting in the future on this Hollywood frame. And I promise you one day you won't even flinch at her name. Put down the pen, stop writing her songs. Stop taking the blame for where she went wrong. It breaks you to pieces, but pieces rebuild. The void that she leaves is a room to be filled. I know how heavy that armchair feels tonight, but trust me, young man, you are gonna be alright. Look at the dent in the cushion where you used to cry, wondering if you were ever enough for her eyes. I sit in that same spot 10 years down the road, carrying wisdom instead of that crushing load. You survived the breakup, you survived the cold, and the heart you thought shattered turned into gold. So wipe your face, kid. Put the phone down, the chair carries the weight now. So you do not have to, you do not have to anymore. Copper orange light bleeds through the laundromat window. I sit on a plastic chair, folding shirts that are no longer hers. The guy beside me is staring at his spinning shoes. I ask him if he has ever watched a 5-year promise turn to dirt. He passes me an unlit cigarette from his pocket. I tell him my name before I even ask for his. Two strangers breathing in the scent of cheap detergent. My chest feels like an empty room after the movers leave. She packed her bags while I was working late last Tuesday. Now every quiet second makes it hard for me to breathe. So I talk to a face I would never see again, pouring out the broken parts inside my chest. Love is a gamble where everybody loses in the end, leaving only memories that will not let us rest. I'm telling a stranger how she walked out the door, because I cannot say it to myself anymore. He nods his head slow and says his girl left last spring. Funny how two grown men can share the exact same pain. He tells me time moves on even when you feel trapped, while the heavy dryer spins like a delayed train. She took the dog and she took the pictures off the hallway wall, left me with a house that echoes every time I speak. Two strangers breathing in the scent of cheap detergent. My chest feels like an empty room after the movers leave. She packed her bags while I was working late last Tuesday. Now every quiet second makes it hard for me to breathe. So I talk to a face I will never see again, pouring out the broken parts inside my chest. Love is a gamble where everybody loses in the end, leaving only memories that will not let us rest. I'm telling a stranger how she walked out the door, because I cannot say it to myself anymore. We exchange no phone numbers and no promises to meet, just two ghosts lingering under the dim-colored glow. He says the hardest part is learning how to sleep alone. I tell him the hardest part is having nowhere left to go. We step outside into the cool night street, a quiet nod of understanding before we walk away. Copper orange light fades as I head down the block. Thank you for listening, man. Back to the quiet apartment on my own, learning to survive in the silence she left behind. Yesterday you murdered near the sink. That cold coffee always tastes like iron. Now the mug sits tilted on the ledge, half full with a ring of dry, dark amber. There is a blue cone catching loose black strands beside 3 receipts from the corner store. A tubular bone with the cap turned loose, and 2 gray socks folded near the door. Every small thing sits exactly where you placed it. I walk around the quiet like a ghost. I trace the little evidence you abandoned, measuring the space I miss the most. You split hair ties resting on a nightstand, the dent your elbow left against the couch. A paperback with turned down corner pages and words you spoke I cannot speak out loud. Love leaves a trail of tiny quiet errors, a list of things you never took away. I count the little evidence of us here and watch your ghost slow dancing in the gray. Yeah, you left the lemon lotion by the mirror. The cap is smeared with faint white fingerprint rings. The closet door is sticking on its hinge now, where your heavy winter coat no longer swings. A single silver earring on the coaster, your favorite mug still resting upside down. I find the little secrets that you planted, all scattered through the silent side of town. Yeah, yesterday you said I noticed too much. You laughed and called my memory a curse. Now every pencil line upon the floorboards is writing out a bitter second verse. I checked the clock, the game 4 minutes Sunday. I checked the pantry shelf, you reorganized, and every small detail you left behind here is looking back at me with your own eyes. One dry tea bag resting in a spoon, 2 thumbprints on the window pane. Yeah, yesterday you said we wouldn't last, and now I sit here counting in the rain. Just small observations, just the things you left behind. Nothing stays the same except your shadow in my mind. So soft threadbare jersey clings to my wrist as I pull this old gray hoodie down. The fleece is worn flat where your cheek used to press whenever we drove late around this town. One snag loop of thread pulls me straight back to a rainy Tuesday night in 34. You were sitting cross-legged on the hardwood floor, laughing at the way I burnt the crust on the pizza dough. Now the cotton remembers what my hands try to forget. Every single fiber holds a shadow, holds a thread. I can feel the phantom pressure of your chin upon my shoulder, watching summer turn to winter while the apartment gets colder. I am tangled in the weave of who we used to be, tracing faded patterns that you left behind for me. We were seamless in the dark, now we're unraveling fast, trapped inside a fabric that was never built to last. I hold the cuff, I close my eyes, I watch you disappear. An entire year of living brought to life right here. rough denim jacket hanging by the closet door, stiff from the ocean solid 3 years ago. You tucked your chilly fingers in my front side pocket, whispered that you love me real soft and slow. The material was tough, but we broke so easy. A sudden sharp tear right along the seam. I reach into the pocket and my fingers touch nothing, just lint and the ghosts of an old shared dream.
Entangled in the weave of who we used to be, tracing faded patterns that you left behind for me. We were seamless in the dark, now we're unraveling fast, trapped inside a fabric that was never built to last. I hold the cuff, I close my eyes, I watch you disappear. An entire year of living brought to life right here. Textures don't lie, they retain every touch, remembering the people who loved way too much. The wool, the silk, the heavy winter coat, each piece of cloth is a goodbye note. I pull the sleeve tighter, try to pull you back near, but it's just cold cotton standing with me here. Just thread and seams, faded gray fleece. You used to be right here. Now it's just a cloth, cold jersey on my skin, nothing left inside. For 17 goes red against the wall, while I picture how our sudden meeting goes. 5 autumns down the line, inside a crowded hall, waiting for the subway train that slows. You will be wearing coats I never bought you, holding a coffee cup with someone else's name. I wonder if I will forget the things I taught you, or if my voice will still sound just the same. We were not like distant cousins at a wedding, polite and careful with the space between, knowing every dark direction we were heading, wiping down the slate to keep it clean. Will you smile like it never hurt at all? Will I act like I do not remember how you call? When the future finally catches up to what we broke, will we clear our throats and turn it into small talk joke? I'm sitting in the dark, just setting up the stage, reading lines we haven't spoken on a blank white page. I imagine standing right beside the crosswalk light, your hair a little longer than it was back then. You will ask me if I sleep better through the night. I would lie and say I do, then ask about your friends. No drama in the street, no heavy broken glass, just 2 young adults who let the golden season pass. You will mention that you moved across the riverside. I will nod my head and swallow down the leftover pride. Right now the room is quiet, you are sleeping down the hall, before the morning comes to wreck it for us all. I am rehearsing for a Sunday 10 whole years away, because I know we won't survive another winter day. I'm practicing the coldness in my eyes, so when it happens I won't look surprised. Will you smile like it never hurt at all? Will I act like I do not remember how you call? When the future finally catches up to what we broke, will we clear our throats and turn it into small talk joke? I am sitting in the dark, just setting up the stage, reading lines we haven't spoken on a blank white page. 417 turns into 418. You haven't left yet, but you're already a ghost on my screen. Someday we will meet and pretend we are fine. I'm practicing my goodbye while you are still mine. Okay, bird. A cracked brass lighter sits flat against the lemonade. I flick the wheel 3 times just to watch the spark die. It smells like cold butane and old habits I cannot quit. You left it sitting right here when you picked up your bag and said goodbye. I'm sitting on this couch replaying every line you spoke, trying to figure out where the warmth turned into smoke. My chest feels light, but my head weighs 1,000 pounds tonight. I check my phone twice, but the screen stays dark and white. I keep convincing myself that I am doing fine alone. I tell my friends I needed space, needed a life of my own. But every time I hear the floorboards creak near the door, I hold my breath thinking you walk back through like before. Nothing feels personal anymore in this apartment. I am living with the echoes of everything we meant. You took your jackets, your plans, and your quiet laugh left me holding the remaining half of a broken draft. I wash the dishes and I turn the TV low, learning how to breathe in a place you used to know. I tracked the faint scratch mark on the floor where your suitcase dragged. I remember how we argued over who forgot to throw out the trash bag. Stupid little things that used to take up all our space. Now I would give anything just to see that annoyance on your face. My thoughts loop around like a record skipping on the groove. I sit so still in this chair because if I stand up I have to move. If I move it means a day is actually passing by. It means yesterday was real and I do not have a reason why. I keep convincing myself that I am doing fine alone. I tell my friends I needed space, needed a life of my own. But every time I hear the floorboards creak near the door, I hold my breath thinking you walk back through like before. Nothing feels personal anymore in this apartment. I am living with the echoes of everything we meant. You took your jackets, your plans, and your quiet laugh left me holding the remaining half of a broken draft. I wash the dishes and I turn the TV low, learning how to breathe in a place you used to know. Maybe in a month or two I would throw that lighter away. Maybe I will stop looking for things to make you stay. Right now I just stare at the metal wheel under my thumb, waiting for this thing to fade until the rest of me goes numb. I loved you enough to let you walk out that entrance frame, even if it leaves me whispering your name. Just a cracked lighter on the table, just a room that used to hold us both. I turn the wheel once more, no flame comes up, just quiet. A rusty delivery truck squeals at the corner. You sit on the edge of the radiator staring down. You haven't said a name since midnight, but I can hear it heavy in the way you exhale. We raised our glasses to 5 years of promise. Now you're picking at the seam of your worn denim jacket. I know that look in your eyes right now. That's the look of somebody trying not to break in half. She packed her sneakers while you walked the dog. You thought a little space will make her miss the noise. Now the air in this apartment weighs 100 pounds, and you're asking me where the good years went. Bro, you gave it everything you had in your chest. Some loves are meant to build a foundation. Some loves are just meant to tear down the walls. Put the phone down, leave the screen dark. I'm staying right here until the morning shows up. You don't gotta carry this alone tonight. Remember back in 22 when you met her at the spot. You swore she was the piece you were missing all along. You changed your whole routine, quit staying out late. Learn how to listen when she talk about her dreams. Now her toothbrush is gone from the ceramic holder in the closet, left an outline where her coats used to hang. You keep replaying every single word from
Tuesday night, searching for the exact second the warmth turned to ice. She packed her sneakers while you walked the dog. You thought a little space would make her miss the noise. Now the air in this apartment weighs 100 pounds, and you're asking me where the good years went. Bro, you gave it everything you had in your chest. Some loves are meant to build a foundation. Some loves are just meant to tear down the walls. Put the phone down, leave the screen dark. I'm staying right here until the morning shows up. You don't gotta carry this alone tonight. I know it feels like your ribs are collapsing inside. I know you think you fell because it ended in tears, but loving somebody that deeply was never a mistake. And even if you're standing in the wreckage of it all, pass me a glass, let me pour out the ice. We gonna talk about anything else for a while. Bro, you gave it everything you had in your chest. Some loves are meant to build a foundation. Some loves are just meant to tear down the walls. Put the phone down, leave the screen dark. I'm staying right here until the morning shows up. You don't gotta carry this alone tonight. Tires rolling slow on the asphalt down below. Just take a breath, my guy. We'll figure out tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Just take a breath, I got you. Stale clothes, smoke hangs near the radiator coils while Marcus packs his cardboard boxes slow. She stand beside the kitchen counter with her arms crossed tight, watching every movement go. 3 windows compressed in the 4 tape cartons stacked neat beside the front entrance door. Neither one says a word about the promises they buried underneath the hardwood floor. He zips his leather jacket to the collar. She stares right past his shoulder at the wall. The space between two people who once shared a bed is suddenly the widest stretch of all. They used to laugh until the concrete vibrated. They used to talk until the sky turned pale. Now they are strangers in a half-packed studio, trading silence like a finished tale. He walks away without a second glance. She lets the door click shut against the night. She finds a black umbrella leaning on the radiator rack next to the coat tree stand. Her thumb lingers briefly on the rubber handle where she used to hold his steady hand. Across the city in a dimly lit diner, Marcus sits alone with a cooling cup of tea, checking his phone screen every couple minutes for a message that will never be. He folds his paper napkin into squares. She turns off every light inside the room. The space between two people who were almost whole is swallowed by the heavy urban gloom. They used to laugh until the concrete vibrated. They used to talk until the sky turned pale. Now they are strangers in a half-packed studio, trading silence like a finished tale. He walks away without a second glance. She lets the door click shut against the night. No raised voices broke the quiet apartment. No plates were shattered on the tiles. Just the slow decay of tender conversation fading out across the miles. He keeps his key inside his pocket like a token from a distant state. She clears his name off of the mailbox plate. The city keeps on moving through the darkness. Two separate paths that won't align again. Marcus turns the corner toward the subway station.
she locks the bolt and counts to 10. Perfect stillness shatters when a straight remembrance flashes across my mind. The white shot pans across the unmade bed, velvet throw pillow slightly out of line. Street light cuts through the blinds like zebra stripes across the dark floor. I pull the camera back to where you used to lean against the bathroom door. Your half-empty mug sits cold on the granite ledge, ring a dry espresso stain. Raindrops track down the double pane glass like slow tears on a windshield pane. I see the exact frame where your shoulder turned away in slow motion. The bass drops low in the background mix, drowning out all my emotion. The dust motes floating in the projector beam, hanging like frozen snow. Color graded in muted teal and violet, everything moving so slow. I rewind the scene to the part where you still looked at me like home. Now the wide angle lens just highlights how much I sit here alone. Zooming on the silence after you slam the heavy oak door, dissolve the black on the memory scattered across the hardwood floor. This cinematic heartbreak plays on loop inside a dimly lit room. We went from neon glow in the midnight city to deep cinematic gloom. Fade out the music, leave only the hum of the air conditioner side. Watching our love story roll its final credits under a heavy gray sky. Close up on my fingers, tracing the outline where your ring used to sit. The screen burns warm amber on the left, but the right side stays unlit. I capture the shadow of your silhouette, drifting past the kitchen counter edge. You left your silver bracelet sitting silently right on the window ledge. Kept the field blurs at the background, keeping only your absence sharp. Below synthesizer swells while a solitary brass melody tears me apart. A tracking shot follows me, pacing from the sofa to the balcony rail. Steady skyline stretching endless, wrapped in a cold blue fog mist veil. Cut to the kitchen table, two place set but one remains untouched. Jump cut to 3 months back, hands intertwined holding on so much. The scene transitions are harsh, no soft dissolves can fix the split. Every single frame reminds me of the exact moment the spark unlit. Lighting shifts from summer gold to winter dark, no warm key light inside. I am just a director, editing a tragic love story into the deep night. Oh! Zooming on the silence after you slam the heavy oak door, dissolve to black on the memory scattered across the hardwood floor. This cinematic heartbreak plays on loop inside a dimly lit room. We went from neon glow in the midnight city to deep cinematic gloom. Fade out the music, leave only the hum of the air conditioner side. Watching our love story roll its final credits under a heavy gray sky. Camera tilts down to the empty floor. Final frame phrases on the space where you stood before. Static grain settles on the monitor display. End scene, roll black, fade away. Why does the quiet sound so heavy whenever I turn off the ignition? Sitting here in the driveway, engine cooling down, thoughts moving way too fast. Your leather jacket is still sitting on the backseat, smelling like vanilla and cold rain. I was about to text you about that song playing on the radio just now. Then I remember we stopped sharing playlists 3 Thursdays ago. My thumb hovers over your contact name, then swipes left into the dark. Everything feels like a habit right up until it turns into a scar. Traffic lights changing red to green for nobody on this empty avenue. I keep rehearsing conversations that we never gonna have. You told me I hold back too much, maybe you were right all along. Now I am just sitting here talking to myself in the dark, drifting past our exit on the dark highway. I know I should turn around, but I keep driving straight, trying to erase the way you held my collar in the rain. Love turns to memory, memory turns to pain, and I'm just late night cruising with
Did you delete those photos from Toronto? Or did you hide them in a secret folder? My mind jumps from last summer's road trip to the cold look in your eyes last night. You said you needed space, but space is just distance disguised as patience. I bought 2 cups of black coffee this morning out of pure muscle memory. Had to pour yours down the drain behind the gas station pump. Steam rising off the pavement, looks like ghost smoke in the rear view. Funny how a human being can turn into a city you cannot visit anymore. Drifting past our exit on the dark highway. I know I should turn around, but I keep driving straight, trying to erase the way you held my collar in the rain. Love turns to memory, memory turns to pain, and I'm just late night cruising with your shadow in the lane. Should I call your sister? No, that would be pathetic. I pull over near the diner where we ate cold pancakes at 3 in the morning. The neon sign hums like a low migraine against the glass. I can still hear your laugh bouncing off those vinyl booths. If I walk inside alone, the old manager will ask where you are. So I put my foot back on the pedal and leave the red light behind. Why did you stop loving me halfway through October? No answer coming back, just tires rolling over wet asphalt. Just meet the highway line and an empty passenger seat, drifting past our exit. One more mile, just one more mile. The full weight of this swivel seat holds me in place while I write. You were 19 sitting on a porch step, convinced that she is your whole life. I see you adjusting your collar, rehearsing the things you should say, buying those expensive roses you really could not afford anyway. You think if you hold on much tighter, the air will not slip out of the room. But kid, you are building a shelter inside of an impending doom. I wish I could reach through the timeline and pull back your hands from the phone. You were begging for love from a shadow that leaves you completely alone. Do not bleed out your soul for somebody who is packing the bags in her head. Save some of that tenderness for the cold nights laying in your own bed. She is gonna walk out when November turns gray, and you will think that your world fell apart on that day. But look at me now, sitting strong in this frame. You survived every breath of that pain. You will keep her old silver bracelet inside of your desk for 2 years. You will listen to sad classic soul tracks and drown out your apartment in tears. Stop thinking you were not enough for the promise she broke at the door. She wanted a sky you could not offer. You offered a solid oak floor. I know how your chest stings right now. She does not text back until 10. I am writing to tell you that heartbreak will not ever destroy you again. I wish I could reach through the timeline and pull back your hands from the phone. You were begging for love from a shadow that leaves you completely alone. Do not bleed out your soul for somebody who is packing the bags in her head. Save some of that tenderness for the cold nights laying in your own bed. She is gonna walk out when November turns gray, and you will think that your world fell apart on that day. But look at me now, sitting strong in this frame. You survived every breath of that pain. scars on your knuckles will fade into stories you tell to a friend. You thought that her leaving was final, but it was just where you begin. So put down the car keys and let her go drive down the street in the dark. The fire she lit inside your young chest was only a temporary spark. Take a deep breath, young man, you gonna make it through the storm. I am sitting right here in the future, safe and warm. Let her go, just let her go. The cobalt halogen casts a shadow across the foam liquor bar where we sit. You ask me why I keep checking my phone, and I'll tell you there is nothing left on it. She moved the boxes out 3 hours ago. I brought a jacket I do not even wear. You take a sip of your pint and you're not saying love is a ghost when it is not there. I do not even know your real name, but you were listening better than she ever did. We sit under this dim blue flame, unpacking things that I usually kept here. It is easier to tell a passing face how much it hurt when she packed up her life. No history trapped inside this space, no legacy of anger, no lingering strife. You are just somebody riding out the night, and I am just a man who lost his way, talking to a stranger under cobalt light, finding words I never got to say. You tell me about a girl from 5 years back. How you thought the world ended on a Tuesday. Now you just laughing past the napkin rack, assuring me this thing eventually fades away. I tell you how a ring sounded on the floor, that tiny metallic bounce to shatter my pride. You do not judge me for staying by the door, but for the tears I refuse to let her see inside. It is easier to tell a passing face how much it hurt when she packed up her life. No history trapped inside this space, no legacy of anger, no lingering strife. You are just somebody riding out the night, and I am just a man who lost his way, talking to a stranger under cobalt light, finding words I never got to say. We do not exchange numbers when the last call hits. We do not promise to catch up next week. Just two lost souls where the darkness fits, giving voice to the grief we could not speak. The bartender clears away the empty glass. You slide off your stool and pat my shoulder. Everything in the city is meant to pass. The night gets quiet, the cobalt light grows colder. Safe travels tonight. Safe travels. Yeah, you say yesterday my voice sounded hollow when I asked if you wanted extra cream. Now I'm sitting with the silence that follows, watching dust motes float in the radiator steam. Your Bluetooth brush is still leaning in the cup, standing next to mine like nothing ever changed. A store receipt from June is folded face up, full of grocery items that we rearranged. It is the little details hanging on the wall, the tiny things that stay when lovers fall. I am making a list of the evidence here. The straight hair caught in the woven rug, the half-burned candle that you held so near, the chip blue rim on your favorite mug. Love does not end in a sudden wave. It leaves small clues that I cannot save. passenger seat still remembers your weight. The side mirror angle is set for your eyes. A bottle of hot sauce past its expiration date sits on the top door shelf near the ice. 2 pairs of cheap socks behind the nightstand leg. A lip balm cap rolling under the frame. I do not even have to ask or beg. The whole apartment keeps whispering your name. I am making a list of the evidence here. The straight hair caught in the woven rug. The half-burned candle that you held so near. The chip blue rim on your favorite mug. Love does not end in a sudden wave. It leaves small clues that I cannot save. You left your charger cord plugged into the socket. A folding movie stub tucked deep in my coat pocket. I picked them up, put them back on the shelf, trying to figure out how to live by myself. You say yesterday my voice sounded hollow. Maybe you knew before I even knew. Just stray items left for me to follow. A quiet room full of remaining you. Rough corduroy ridges run my thumb. Bars I trace where you sat. The cushion still dips slightly where your weight used to rest. I close my eyes and suddenly it is 2 winds back. You were pulling off your boots, complaining about the commute, throwing your oversized fleece right onto my lap. The heavy weave smelled like vanilla in street rain. You laughed when I put it over my head to hide my grin. We had no money in the bank, but the room felt crowded with forever. Now the fabric feels cold under my fingertips. One touch pulls the curtain back on everything we did. I am rewinding every second that we swore we would never lose. Drowning in the heavy thread of you. I'm stuck inside a flashback, tangled in the weave. Looking at the Polaroid from when you did not leave. Every single thread remembers how you used to hold me tight. Now I am rewinding back to that November night. We had love in the stitching, heat in the cloth before the quiet slowly picked it all off. I remember the silk lining of your favorite dark coat brushing against my shoulder as we waited for the train home. You whispered that you loved how my hands stayed warm in your pockets while the city hummed along to the rhythm of our breath. And the flash of the August on the fire escape, faded cotton jersey soaked in sweat, talking late about fate. You told me I was your anchor, swore you would never drift. Now I'm standing in this empty room holding the ghost gift. Now the fabric feels cold under my fingertips. One touch pulls the curtain back on everything we did. I am rewinding every second that we swore we would never lose. Drowning in the heavy thread of you. I'm stuck inside a flashback, tangled in the weave. Looking at the Polaroid from when you did not leave. Every single thread remembers how you used to hold me tight. Now I am rewinding back to that November night. We had love in the stitching, heat in the cloth before the quiet slowly picked it all up. Memory's not just a visual, it is the touch of cloth, the softness before the tear in the game, before the loss. I pulled the loose sleeve over my knuckles just to feel your ghost, holding on to the sensory details that hurt the most. Rough corduroy ridges under my thumb. I trace the worn spot until my fingers go numb. Flashback fading into the gray light. Nothing left but fabric in the night. 12:44 close on the dashboard screen. As I lean back and picture how we turn out 10 years from now in a downtown coffee house, standing in line while the espresso pours out. You will be holding a silver umbrella, shaking off raindrops from your wool coat. I will be wearing that vintage black jacket, clearing my throat just to hit like you forgot my middle name. Well, you smile like nothing ever changed. We spent whole summers learning every scar. Now we rehearse how distant strangers are. I see us nodding across a crowded room. Two old stories that ended way too soon. You will ask how my mother is doing back home. Will say I finally bought a house of my own. No heavy tears, no brought up arguments, just polite nods and quiet compliments. That is the future I build in my head tonight before I turn off this dashboard light. I picture you pulling out a leather wallet, showing a photo of somebody new, someone who does not blow up when it rains, someone who gives you the calm you would do. I will just nod with a gentle expression, saying he looks like a solid good man, hiding the fact that my heart took a decade just to stop reaching out for your hand. Will you act like you forgot my middle name? We smile like nothing ever changed. We spent whole summers learning every scar. Now we rehearse how distant strangers are. I see us nodding across a crowded room. Two old stories that ended way too soon. You will ask how my mother is doing back home. We'll say I finally bought a house of my own. No heavy tears, no brought up arguments, just polite nods and quiet compliments. That is the future I build in my head tonight before I turn off this dashboard light. We are breaking up slowly in real time right now, packing the boxes and working out how to survive through the winter without your warm skin. So I fast forward to where the healing begins, where seeing your face does not tear me apart, where you are a peaceful old song in my heart. 12:44 phases, the ignition dies. I close my eyes on the imagined goodbye. We will be fine when we meet down the road, carrying less than this heavy current load. Just two old friends in the rain without the pain.